Oh, well, it's been almost 3 weeks, I think, since I've really been on the plot. I've actually had 2 whole days on the plot really working to get it back licked into shape. I'm feeling much better now, pretty much back to full strength. So yeah, it's in transition, the plot between the spring and the summer crops. Always looks a bit shabby when it's like that, but it's nice enough for me. And yeah, I'll just take around this polytunnel and then we'll go outside and have a good look around the plot as well. So up at the top we've got the strawberries. They're looking okay, nowhere near as good as the ones in the greenhouse back home. We're harvesting loads and loads of strawberries from those plants, whereas these plants are really just in flower. But it's nice to have good succession going. Next layer down, we've got a kind of calabrese down here. I've harvested quite a lot of calabrese, but it's really nice to see good quality side shoots on these plants. And these, which are the next succession in here, are just starting to form their heads. So given the amount of power in the sun now, these should give us some really lovely big heads in a few weeks' time. And then all the way down here we've got potatoes. These could probably benefit actually with going outside now, but yeah, it's just getting around to it. I have created some space for them though, I'll show you that later. And then courgettes down the end there. Fortunately, I've not had any frost in the last few days, so they've been pretty happy there without their fleece, although there's some fleece tucked down there just in case. And we've got the beetroot all the way down the edge here. I love this early beetroot. We've actually got some pretty good roots forming on these plants now. They go all the way down here and all the way around the back there. I always do too many early beetroot. And then I've got lettuce in the middle there and some Asian greens at the end there. So that is pretty much it for the polytunnel. I'm looking forward to getting it all replanted. It's going to be all tomatoes down here, some French beans down the middle, cucumbers at the ends, underneath the trestle tables, and then sort of growing up into the canopy, and then courgettes down here and melons down here and more courgettes down there. Oh, there's a few tatsoi as well. So outside the polytunnel door, I'm hoping to create a kind of snacking area. So gooseberries, strawberries, blueberries, strawberry guava berries, all sorts of berries basically. And I haven't got very far with it, but I'm making some progress. And then here's the plot. It's starting to look a little bit better now, starting to remove some of the covers and starting to get a nice spring-like feel to it. So let's just take a quick look. This is the last of my purple sprouting broccoli. It's starting to get past its best now. I'll probably have 2 or 3 weeks of harvest off it before I have to take it out. But yeah, still looking pretty nice. I've got my main kale bed. This is the bed we're really harvesting a lot of kale from right now. So we've got Pentland Brig, green curly kale, Tuscan kales, various different types of those. Yeah, this is the one I sowed back in January and planted out, I don't know exactly, probably towards the end of February. I knew it would obviously go to seed. It always goes to seed when you start it this early, but yeah, it's just been great. I mean, the quality of the leaves on these by comparison with the kale that I overwintered has been amazing. And it, you know, this experiment has really proved to me I don't need to overwinter anywhere near as much kale if I grow it this way. Popped a low tunnel over my second early strawberries. They're looking pretty nice. I think they're enjoying it underneath there with that little bit of extra heat, so hopefully they will come in succession just after the ones in the greenhouse, the ones in the polytunnel finish. And then this is my main cauliflower bed, and I've already taken 4 cauliflowers I think out of this bed, and I've got 4 left. So quite a few of the ones that are left are purple ones. It's been great. We've really enjoyed having these earlier cauliflowers than we had last year. Really need to tidy it up though. I keep forgetting to take the old plants out. Anyway, while I'm there, just put some potatoes in these big containers. Got my next cauliflower bed here. It's coming on okay. See, the pigeons have been standing on here and munching on these leaves, but they've got to eat something, I suppose. And then these are the calabrese that we harvested a couple of weeks ago. Not really many side shoots on these. You can see the difference really between the ones in the greenhouse. Have got really loads and loads of side shoots because obviously it's a lot warmer in the greenhouse, a lot more energy. The ones out here, they've given us a few side shoots but nowhere near as many. And then down here we've got next succession still to come of calabrese. There's a few nice heads on those, and then some more here. Again, nice heads on those. So these will be the ones we'll be eating this week. And under that bed there, I've got my next succession of cauliflowers and calabrese. And these are my ever-bearing strawberries. They're not day neutral, so they kind of run out of steam about October time. And I'm hoping to have day neutral ones that will carry on then from October through to, I don't know, certainly December, I guess. This is my current spinach bed. We've had loads of spinach obviously all the way over through winter and early spring. This one is only 4 weeks old now, I think, and it's gorgeous. We started harvesting it last week. Really lovely spinach in spring. I've just cleared all the spinach out of all these beds that I interplanted all these brassicas into. Just gave it a bit of a tidy up. So this was my carrot bed. Finished harvesting the carrots last week, maybe 2 weeks ago, and yeah, so now this is all potatoes. I'm just going to leave that cold frame top on for a little while, just in case we get any frost, and also just warms the soil up, so it'll accelerate the growth a bit. And then down here, just got the last few lettuces really, and a few salad onions. And this bed, all of this bed, this and that, is going to be my winter and spring carrots. Some broad beans and some field beans. And just popped into this bed some potatoes that I'd grown in pots, because all this bed's going to be my purple sprouting broccoli in July, and there isn't really enough time to plant potatoes out towards the end of April and get a harvest in time to put purple sprouting broccoli in. So I start them in pots, and that just gives me an extra 3 weeks. So yeah, these are looking pretty good. Quite happy with those. Need to tie those in. Gooseberries looking quite nice. And this is going to be my yacon bed. And the yacon is just starting to sprout. So I shall be getting that out sometime in May, but is very, very sensitive to a frost. So I do have to be really careful about timings for that. And certainly a double layer of fleece or something is going to be necessary probably, because we still have frosts in May. I'm going to sort of plant around it with loads of spinach, and because it's quite slow to get started yacon, so I'll get a decent spinach harvest off that before the yacon kind of takes over. Elephant garlic down here, looking pretty good under the trees, and the trees are looking, well, the apple tree is looking really lovely. Apple trees always do, of course, nothing special about that, but yeah, I've got 2 apple trees and a cherry tree there. So when I came down here this morning, this Mikado spinach was looking lovely, and now it's absolutely buried. Birds have been in here rummaging around looking for slugs and stuff. Yeah, I'm going to have to put some sort of cover over that. Can't have that happening to all my spinach. That's one of the benefits of having a lot of covered beds. I don't have a lot of bird problems here. I have a lot more back at home. Anyway, these are the shallots, the golden globes, I think, and the red sun. Looking quite nice. Colette's there, still hanging on. giving us a bit of a leaf harvest. And there's nothing in this bed other than a few salad onions. It's just waiting for the Brussels sprouts in a few weeks' time. Here I've got my early red cabbages. They're doing pretty well. And I did interplant them with some cabbages for spring greens. I need to take those out pretty soon. I've got some blueberries down here, and must have left some garlic in there for some reason. But anyway, I'll harvest that garlic on Saturday. And I've got some more spinach. So this is spinach that we've been eating all the way through spring. It's going to seed now, but still some good leaves on it. And this variety, can't remember what it's called, Responder I think, it's done much better. So these were sown at the same time, but yeah, this one, the red veined one, has gone to seed much quicker than underneath this net. I've got some huge red cabbages and cauliflowers, and you can also hopefully see my little Savoy cabbages as well, looking quite good. Just popped in some carrots. Got quite a lot of carrots actually in containers on the top of my IBC tanks as well. And I've just created this huge space here. I just love to have the flexibility to sort of have picnics, do projects, temporary storage space, somewhere to put all my potatoes in containers for a few months. You know, it's just so nice to have a bit of space. And then here I've got my peas. Got peas back at home that we're harvesting, that was started in the greenhouse. They're outside now. These were started underneath a low tunnel, and just took the low tunnel off this week, and they're growing okay between those strings. And then just a few lettuces really past the best now, but don't want to take them out. I'm still getting some good leaves off a few of them. And this is my asparagus bed. I always interplant my asparagus with overwintered onions. They're starting to pick up a little bit, but I lost a lot of them in that really cold snap that we had in December. But the ones that pulled through are looking pretty good. So all these low tunnels will soon have peppers in them. And all these deep coal frames will soon have melons in them. When those collets come out, they'll have beetroot. And when those red cabbages come out in July, they'll have salad onions. A few early bud beans. Just started harvesting my carrots. And I've got some more carrots on the way. And this is just outside my plot on the green drive. This is my little woodland border. And I've got my apple tree, 2 apple trees, and plum tree and pear tree and cherry tree, and just mulched it, thick mulch, a good 4 inches of wood chip all the way along here. Make life easy. Just about to do another 6 tubs of potatoes, and then that's me done. It's been a lovely day. My name's Steve. This is the Seaside Kitchen Garden and Allotment channel. I'll see you soon.